My junior year of college, I was a student taking 16 credits, working 3 jobs, and was a part of 2 clubs. One of them I was the president of. So this story takes place at the end of my fall semester, and I was really busy with a ton of final projects for my classes, work from jobs, and I was also trying to put together a tactile art exhibit as a collaboration between a few clubs, including the one I was a president of. A tactile art exhibit is something where people of all types of abilities can partake and participate in the museum. So if, for example, they have a visual impairment, they'll still be able to touch the artwork and touch the sculptures that we have instead of having to see them. I was the president of the club that was helping put together this tactile art museum, and unfortunately, the club only had about 3 members because the majority of the members were seniors who left the semester before. So, one of my tasks was to help create museum labels for each of the pieces, and I had no idea how to do that type of thing, so I was doing a lot of research on my own, but it became kind of an overwhelming task, and I was also juggling a few other things, and I was unsure of the deadline, and so I didn't know exactly when these things were due, and it was just kind of a confusing time, and the communication was off, and I ended up completely dropping the ball. I didn't get the museum labels finished in time, and I realized I was not asking for help when I needed to be, and I also should have said no earlier on to taking on all of this stuff. So, I felt horrible. It was the first time in my life that I felt like I really let people down, and it took a toll on me. So the next semester, I decided that I needed to drop down from that position, as well as a couple of the jobs that I had, and I needed to say yes to things that I could truly take on and things that were truly my priority at the time, and that was, as an undergrad student, my classes. This experience really has stuck with me. It's something that I think of a lot when I'm feeling like I'm spreading myself too thin. I realize how horrible I felt when I let some people down, and I never want to feel like that again. So I know that to do myself a favor and to do others a favor, you have to say no sometimes. You cannot always say yes, and you cannot always help everybody. You have to truly know yourself and be honest with what you can and what you cannot take on. You have to understand your own bandwidth, and you also have to understand that sometimes it's okay to say no, and sometimes it's okay to ask for help. Thanks for listening.